right, I guess we are live. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'll go ahead and turn on my camera. So, hey friends, welcome to the Homestead. This is a kind of a soft opening live stream, just kind of testing everything out, making sure that I understand how it all works together, because I am going to be doing these things with my wife here pretty regularly, hopefully. That's our goal anyways. We just want to have an opportunity to talk about the things that are important to us, talk about some of the things that are going on the homestead, in our community, in our life, current events that are affecting the things that we care about, and just give you our opinions on those things, as well as maybe allow you to glean some information, and every once in a while I'll have a tidbit of wisdom or two to share. But really, more than anything, we just want to be able to get to know our viewers and connect with you guys a little bit more, and be a part of your lives, as it's been a joy to get to know some of you through the chat and through Facebook and the different social media platforms that we're on, because we're on obviously YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Just got on TikTok a while ago, and that's been blowing up. I mean, I've had 1.3 million views in the past 60 days on TikTok, which is unbelievable. I started with like 100 followers that were just following me from other platforms, and a couple of videos just took off, and now it's going like crazy. I've got like over 6,300 followers on TikTok, which is pretty cool. But yeah, here on YouTube, our following is growing, subscribers are growing, and we really want to be able to connect with you guys and understand what it is that you guys want to hear from us, want to see from us in our videos and the things that we're doing here on the homestead, and learn from you guys more than anything else, because that's what this journey is all about. It's all about learning how to make a more sustainable life, and learning how to, our tagline is, build our best life. That's something that's important to me, because number one, I like to build things with my hands. I like to create things and craft things, but more than building a lean-to, or building a rabbit hutch, or building a chicken coop, I like to build a life that's worth living, and a life that's going to last beyond my mere mortal self. So that's kind of my mindset, and where I take my inspiration for the channel. Let's put it that way. But yeah, my wife, Lord willing, will be joining us. She's not here tonight, so I'm here with the two younger kids. They're not quite so young. They're young teenagers, and all the dogs. So if I get interrupted, I apologize. I'll try to go with the flow. My daughter's in the background dancing. But yeah, so what this live stream is all about is just me learning the technical ins and outs, how things are working, making sure that all the functions that I've set up are working properly. So I've got a couple of cameras, different views, and some different screens that I can pop up. Also wanted to test and see if my super chat stuff is working, because I believe I've got that set up properly. And let's go ahead and send a super chat right now for $1.99. I just gave YouTube and Apple some of my money to see if this works. You're all set. Your purchase was successful. It popped up, but my pop-up didn't work. Oh, there it goes. Hey, it worked. That's awesome. Oh, that was a little nifty plug-in that I worked on for a while. So I was excited to get that working. So now I'll know, like, if somebody puts in a super chat and supports our channel in that way, I'll know it'll pop up on the screen and be a little bit of fun. Oh, hey, Zoom and Betty. Great to have you guys here. But yeah, so My wife is not here tonight, but hopefully we will be scheduling these things on a more consistent basis. I'd love to do it weekly. I don't know if that's going to fit into our schedule, but that's a goal. We just have to figure out which night it is that's going to work best for all of our schedules, because we've got kids events going on all the time. My youngest daughter is in volleyball now, so she's doing great with that. My son is doing archery, as well as my older daughter, and then my older daughter also does she does the cheerleading thing, which is where they're at tonight. They're actually at a football game out in Timbuktu. It was an away game, so I stayed here with the two younger kids and all the dogs, taking care of everybody. But yeah, it should be fun. So I mean, honestly, what we want to know is, what are the things that you guys are interested in hearing about if we were to do a live? What topics do you want us to talk about? What things can we chat about, and what feedback would you guys like to hear? Because that's what it's all about. This live stream is not about us tooting our own horn. It's about getting to know you guys and getting to know what it is that you guys want to hear about, and what our subscribers and viewers are interested in. So yeah, let me know in the comments. My son is in here managing and monitoring things, and it'll pop up, and we'll get a good read and good understanding of the things that we can maybe discuss, and when I get my wife involved. And my plan is to plan out like a week in advance, have some talking points that she researches and develops, and some that I research and develop, and then maybe have an update on the homestead, things that we're doing, things that are going on, maybe have some current events that are important to us, that are affecting us in a real way, and then maybe a question and answer, and some of the things that you guys are interested in hearing about from our perspective. But did anybody catch that intro video? I know it wasn't very long, but I thought that was kind of fun. I put that together most of this morning, just with the interesting facts. Did anybody learn anything? I've been rattling off interesting facts to my wife all day long. She's loved it. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty fun to put that on there. Better than just like a little countdown video to when we're ready to go. What else? Oh yeah, maybe you could pick a topic each season, like keeping bees, or your favorite DIY. Oh, that's a great idea. So our bees are actually doing great. I just got, like, my father-in-law sends me these texts of updates on the beekeeping status of things. Let me see if I can read this for you guys. Where does it go? I get so many text messages. There it is. From Tactical Beekeeping, we're noticing a sharp uptick in activity in every yard, indicating a fall nectar flow has started with good pollen yields. So I don't know if you guys saw a couple of videos ago. We fed the bees. We went ahead and put a sugar water concoction together. My father-in-law brought over some hive top feeders, and we put all that in there because they didn't have enough honey for winter. But it was pretty interesting, because I've been topping off their feed, and this past week they stopped eating the sugar water as much, and they started going out into the world and actually collecting nectar, which is a whole lot better. I'd love for them to collect all the nectar that they need to create honey. It creates a higher quality honey, and better for them. But you got to feed them when you have to feed them, and but they've been collecting nectar, and with that nectar flow going, they should be able to produce a lot more good honey for them for this winter. The bees in the small hive were drawing out comb in those top frames, which they hadn't been all summer long. So that was exciting to see that was going on. And yeah, so I've got another 5-gallon bucket of that sugar water that I'm just going to be able to top off their food as they need it. And then hopefully, Lord willing, they'll have enough feed for the winter. We won't lose our bees, because that would be devastating to work so hard to put all that together just to lose a hive. But I'm very confident that we'll be able to be successful. My father-in-law has been doing this for a number of years and has enormous success. He really loves creating new hives and new colonies of bees, and he's actually going to be selling some of his hives, I think total hives, come spring, as well as a number of nukes, and he's trying to get me into the level so that we can produce nukes here on our homestead and sell those as well, just to bring in a little bit more cash flow, a little bit more income, because honestly what we're trying to accomplish is everything on the homestead has a purpose, and everything on the homestead pays for itself or another part of the homestead, which is actually quite difficult. I mean, food costs are really high. We've got 20 chickens that we're working on getting laying, and they're a little slow to the game right now, but you know, once they get laying, we're gonna start selling their eggs. And right now, I mean, egg prices are really good. Where some people are getting $6 a dozen around here, which is, you know, crazy. We were lucky to get 3 or 4 just a year ago. But yeah, so the chickens are gonna be providing for their own self and providing for the money for their feed. The bees hopefully will get to a point where they're gonna start providing for their, you know, the necessities, like the hives and the added frames and the backing, and a lot of these things are reusable, but they do deteriorate over time, and they're not cheap. I think we spent around $300 on the hive that we got, with all the parts and pieces and paint and everything that went into it, not including the bees, which were a gift from my father-in-law. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. So there's so many aspects of this whole process. Our rabbits, they've got a long way to go to start paying for themselves, and our thought process is they'll pay for themselves in the offset cost of meat, because yeah, the cost of protein here has, you know, been going up, and I don't foresee any, you know, relief in that, especially with some of the restrictions on growth. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and he is doing he does hay. I mean, he, you know, cuts hay all summer long. Well, this year he's done about half the production because he couldn't afford the fertilizer that was required to get more grass growth, and so he just, you know, he's got about half the production of hay that he normally does in a year, which means that feed costs of livestock is going to go up this winter astronomically, because nobody can find the hay that they need, and it's a bad situation. It's kind of frightening, and it's all seemingly orchestrated. I mean, maybe, I don't know. There's conspiracy theories that these people are doing that and these people are doing this, and I don't know how much I buy into all that. But what I do know is that it's all very convenient that it all happens at exactly the same time, and the food crises are getting serious. I mean, they're getting real, and it may not be long before people are standing in bread lines waiting for a government handout for a piece of bread and a bowl of soup. I hope it doesn't come to that, and God forbid that it does. But yeah, it's very serious, and it may be coming to that eventually. So there's the chickens. Thank you, Zoom and Betty. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Thanks for the input. Sorry, I was just reading a comment. I probably should read them out loud so that you guys know exactly what it is I'm doing, instead of just looking at the camera like a crazy person. So, but yeah, so we'd love to talk about topics and things that. Oh, there goes my dog, Daisy. It's okay. That's okay. It's fine. So we're working on barking when it's appropriate. But yeah, we'd love to talk about topics that are important to our viewers, important to the people that are watching the channel, important to our fans, because y'all are important to us. You should read mine. Oh, what did you say? All right, I'll scroll back up, Braxton. Ms. Farms. Hey, Ms. Farms, how are you doing? I volleyball pro, I archery pro. Well, hey, good job there, Gaming Shorts channel. It's one of my son's friends. He's a great fan, comments on all my videos, watches them as soon as they pop out. So I really appreciate him. He's a good kid. He's also got a channel where he does like little short gaming videos, and every once in a while my son will make an appearance through his avatar. I don't know. So I think he tries to keep Silas at bay because, well, Silas can take over the show if you let him too much. But yeah, so what else was I gonna say? I was gonna talk about some different things. Oh, the intro thing, that was pretty fun. But yeah, other channels that we're on, or other not streaming, but other social media platforms that we're on. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok, which is a lot of fun and been blowing up. It's really taught me a lot actually on TikTok, because it's all shorter form videos, and what I'll do is I'll take and make a video and post it to YouTube. Hey Daisy, it's a good girl. Yeah. But I'll post a video to YouTube, but then I'll take that video and I'll break it down into a shorter form for TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. And that's really taught me a lot about pacing, a lot about keeping only the things that are very important. And it's actually been doing pretty good. I mean, you're doing really quick cuts, and you're picking out the most important things and the most important pieces of information to tell the complete story of what it is that you're trying to communicate. And it can be very difficult to do that in 1 minute or less on some videos. Because I mean, I think it was our chicken processing video. I had about 3 hours of video that we had to cut down, and you know, just for YouTube I think I cut it down to like 8 minutes or 12 minutes or something. But then for TikTok I ended up having to cut it down to like less than a minute, and man, that was rough. But yeah, so yeah, but I wanted to do one more thing before we jumped off. I wanted to test the video and see if I can have it play. So I'm using a software that allows me to do some different things, and I'm gonna try to see if I can make this work really quick. So just bear with me while I pull this up. I'll pull up well, you know what, let's pull up that chicken video where I was processing chickens. I'll show you the TikTok, because if you didn't see it, it's pretty awesome. And yeah, here we are. Waverly Flood. Nope. Chicken, rabbit, poultry swap. Preparing, moving chickens in the tractor. Butchering chickens. There we are. And so processing chickens shorts. All right. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. Yeah. And we'll expand this. Jump back over to here. All right, here we go. Can you guys hear that okay? Can you hear the video? So I was really concerned about this video being banned on TikTok because of the gruesome nature of what was going on. But it actually was removed from TikTok for a short time, and I appealed, and they reviewed the video and saw that, you know, it was all done in an educational way, and they released it, and now it's got like over 600,000 views on it. No audio? Okay. Let me try this. All right. Let's all the way to the top. All right, do we have audio now? See, I found the esophagus. Got it all. When we talk about culture, like yeah, Daisy wants to go outside. She rings the bell at the door whenever she wants to go out.
And go ahead and process them into actual chicken that we can consume. So that's their purpose. It's all right now.
We have audio.
Where
Awesome.
we dip the birds
Yay.
in hot water,
All right.
and that's
So
going
I
to
just need
loosen
to
all
make
the
sure that I
skin
turn
so
on
that we
desktop
can
audio.
defeather them in
I
the
play
barrel.
video.
But before we put them in the defeathering barrel, we got to cut the legs off.
Daisy, it's okay. It's okay.
We start by slicing off the tail.
Yeah, I just take the tail, you just pinch it here, open it up a little bit. The goal is to not cut it, but to leave the lower intestines connected. And then I come up to the neck, open it up here.
Daisy.
And then we'll cut the neck off.
Go sit down.
And then we just turn it around now. And you want to go up all the way to the top, find the esophagus that you cut loose. See, I found the esophagus and got it all. And we talk about culture like the Weird Al Yankovic while we're doing that.
We're about ready to...
Oh, that was a fun day. That was actually we did a lot of things with our friends there. We processed like 64 chickens in an afternoon. The kids all got to be involved with butchering and dispatching and defeathering and plucking and all that good stuff. So we all learned a lot, and we look forward to doing it again. We were going to try to do it this fall, but we couldn't get everybody on the same page with ordering chickens at the same time, because we're trying to get them at a lower cost. I think we ended up spending almost $3 a bird last time, plus feed. So that and then when you count in the birds that I ended up losing, I think I ended up spending like almost $18 a bird for our 20 birds. Yeah, it was not cheap, but it was worth the education. It was worth learning. We did learn a lot. I learned a lot about feed. I learned a lot about caring for them and what they need. They're not that much different than egg layers, but they're just a little bit different, and they don't work exactly the same. But yeah, they were expensive, but it was what I always say is, education isn't cheap, no matter which way you cut it. So that's what I consider it was education. But yeah, that's about all the time that I have allotted for tonight. But thank you guys so much for jumping on here and helping me test out some of the features of the live streaming, making sure that everything is working as it should, so that we can do this a little bit more often and get to know you guys, and help you guys get to know us a little bit more, talk about things that are important to you as well as that are important to us, and kind of grow our community, because we really want to build a community of like-minded homesteaders that really want to build a better life for not just themselves but for each other. So thank you guys for watching so much. Just keep us in your prayers if you can, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next video. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.